So I appreciate this could be a real stretch of the imagination for you and I, but can you remember what it was like leaving school?
That is a stretch of the imagination because that's a long time ago.
Sure, man, I had hair then. Crazy.
Yeah, I won't tell you what I had.
We also have hair.
But it was, you know, you're leaving the comforts of your parents' home and your parents' wallet, and you suddenly got to be responsible.
Yeah, you got to enter the real world, the grown-up world. And I guess that's exactly the position Suzuki find themselves in with the SX4, because it was always a cool, funky little teenager, but it's really grown up now, hasn't it?
Exactly, it's adult size and it's entered properly now with new SX4, the real SUV market.
You know, they always used to abuse the Chinese of stealing designs from other manufacturers. Looks like the Japanese do the same thing, because SX4 looks very Qashqai.
It does, but it's all the better for it. I mean, the styling on the SX4 it's definitely its best feature.
Yeah, look, I mean, we've always liked the Qashqai. The wheels are very Qashqai, the rear is very Qashqai, but they've really got it right. The old SX4 for me, a little bit bland. You didn't really notice them on the road, blended into obscurity, really.
Yeah.
Not this.
No.
Head turner.
Absolutely beautiful. And it's bigger, it's longer, the wheelbase is longer, and all of that translates to a bigger and roomier interior.
I think that is probably the biggest win, is the old SX4 wasn't really a car you could take 4 people in and luggage, not at all. Now you can, class leading, 430 litres in the boot. Seats that recline gives you slightly bigger boot space as well, but I think the real win is 220 mils that you're gaining inside because of the length of the wheelbase. It's a big car. Love the interior, very simple.
Absolutely, it's very simple, but it's also quite classy. Like, some people might think, okay, Suzuki maybe a little bit cheap and Japanese, but not so with the new SX4. It's really nice, it feels quality inside.
I'm glad you've said that, because you either like a Japanese interior or you don't, because it is very simplistic, it's very zen. But for me, they've really gone more European with this finish. Even the styling is very European, so I think that's going to win people over.
Well, it's made in Hungary.
Well, there we go. Hopefully people are going to be hungry to buy the flipping car. Interesting, eh?
Yeah.
My bugbear though, it's like, you know, when you go and buy a Big Mac and you go supersize on your meal and you get the giant cup and you find they've only filled it with a lot of ice and hardly any drink.
Shortchanged.
That is the problem here. The old SX4 was a lot smaller, had a 2-litre engine, a 1.6-litre engine. Now there's only a 1.6 and it's not even a turbo.
And only a petrol, not a diesel.
That for me is a real concern, because it comes in a 5-speed manual or CVT box at 1.6 in a bigger car. Now you can fit people in and fit luggage. I think that is where they're falling short.
Driving around town over the weekend, I absolutely had no problem with it. You've been driving out on the roads here in the open, then it starts to struggle.
Yeah, that for me, I mean, we're not even driving with a full load, and overtaking becomes a real thought process. And they've got fantastic claimed economy figures. You know they're always on target with those, but I think it would only be better with a 6th gear, because it makes it a lot quieter on the drive as well. CVT for me is a no-go in a 1.6 this size.
Absolutely, but the road holding is lovely. I mean, it really is a fantastic car to drive. It handles the bumps nicely. It's a little bit light-footed, I found, around town, but otherwise...
You're putting a lot of steering input in.
Exactly, but and it's a little bit floppy on the gear change as well, but nice car to drive.
But that is something the Japanese have always done well. Their cars are solid. There's no complaints there, and their road holding is good.
If you want to take it off-road, you can obviously use the all-grip system that's in 3 of the 5 models. Auto, snow, lock, and sport. Yeah, different settings which you can use when you're off-road to get you out of sticky situations.
Well, you do it on the fly, which I think makes it quite handy, but you really don't feel any difference between sport mode and auto mode. But the lock function is nice, splits the drive to all 4 wheels if you do get stuck. But let's be honest, I think if I was buying this car, I don't know if I'd want to spend that money. This is going to be super capable anyway in 2-wheel drive, guys.
Yeah, and it's got a little bit of, it's got the ground clearance.
180 miles, perfect.
You want to take it off on gravel roads, it does the job.
It's lifestyle. It's not an off-road bundu bashing, it's lifestyle. But when you look at price, my concern is the old SX4 buyer is going to go, oh my word, I bought this car for 220.
Yeah.
It's now starting at 266, going up to 340 odd. It's like, wow, but it's a totally different car. They need to realize that.
Exactly. I think you need to, when you look at the price of the new SX4, you need to wrap your head around the fact that this now sits in a different category. So now that the Suzuki SX4 is all grown up and an adult and has to be responsible, it's got to hit the job market, and there's a lot of people out there, cars, looking for jobs.
Yeah, that for me is possibly the biggest challenge with the SX4, because it kind of was in its own little niche, its own little playpen, and now that it's entered the serious work environment, it's really got to lift its game. And for me, there are a couple of serious shortcomings, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, it's got Qashqai, EcoSport, Duster, just to name a few. The list is endless that it has to compete with. And looking at all the different CVs, we're not sure it would be the one to pick, even though we like it.